When people talk about Tiki in Las Vegas, they love to bring up the legends, the big flashy spots that vanished a long time ago. Names like the Aku Aku at the Stardust or all the old Don the Beachcomber locations. They always come up first, and then one day, they were all gone. But over on Charleston Boulevard, there's a place that took a completely different path. So we are talking, of course, about Frankie's Tiki Room and today's cocktail, the Demon Rhumba. So Frankie's didn't actually start as a tiki bar. Back in the 1960s, the building was home to Frankie's Cocktail Lounge and Bar, owned and operated by Frank August, hence the name Frankie's. It was just a regular neighborhood spot. There was no bamboo, no rum-fueled escapism, just a towny bar that regulars popped into. And over the years, ownership may have changed, the city evolved as Vegas always does, but the name stuck around and stayed part of local memory. And then in 2008, the space was completely reimagined as Frankie's Tiki Room, a full dive into the modern tiki revival as P. Moss teamed up with Bamboo Ben, grandson of the legendary and famous tiki carver Eli Headley, to completely revive the space for a new age. And this was not a small job. They gutted the entire lounge and rebuilt it into a dense carved, mural covered tiki hideaway we all know and love today. But they kept the name because it really belonged to the building. And Frankie's is, at its core, a 1960s neighborhood bar wrapped inside of a tiki revival mecca, sitting inside of modern Vegas. It's part dive bar, part temple, part clubhouse. And yeah, it's open 24/7, which only adds to its smoky charm. So it's worth remembering what Frankie's means in Vegas tiki history. And when the city hit that weird early 2000s lull, when the old tiki icons were gone and nothing had really stepped in to replace them, Frankie's, it became the anchor leading to the current explosion in Polynesian pop bars and adjacent that have really sprung up over the past decade here in Vegas. And living here in Vegas, it's like our own little tiki revival in and of itself. So the Demon Rhumba is today's cocktail, and it's included in Frankie's cocktail book. Their menu doesn't mess around, and if you've ever had a drink at Frankie's, you know that they're not real shy about their cocktail builds. There's nothing usually too extravagant about their drinks. You typically won't end up with a 15-piece garnish like some places. The Demon Rhumba really fits that mold perfectly, and so to honor Vegas tiki bars of the past, present, and future, let's make the Demon Rhumba. To start, we'll build this drink over ice in a glass of your choice. 1 ounce of sweet and sour, and then 1/4 of an ounce of lime juice. And 1/4 of an ounce of orange bitters. 1/2 of an ounce of 151, 1/2 of an ounce of Cointreau, and 1.5 ounces of orange rum. 2 ounces of Fanta orange soda. We will then pour the glass into a mixing tin and pour back into the glass. And garnish with some mint. And with that, the Demon Rhumba comes together. And so yeah, it's a sweet cocktail that there's no messing around. It's a very sweet cocktail, and that's because, you have the Fanta orange soda, which is extremely sugary, and then you couple that with the orange rum, which the book does call for Bacardi orange, but I could not find that anywhere here in Vegas. So instead, I grabbed Don Q's orange rum. It also calls for Hanabe 151, which I also could not find here in Las Vegas. So I just used Lemon Heart in this. It's going to be a close approximation. Make it at home, use what you have, and it should be close enough. Frankie's has never been known as a connoisseur of amazing craft cocktails. They are not the Smuggler's Cove of Vegas, right? They are a tiki bar that's going to get you hammered, and that's what they do best. And that's why I love it. And I also work not too far from there, so I do end up at Frankie's once in a while after work. It's like 500 yards from where I work, so I'm a little lucky in that respect. But back to the cocktail itself, it's not a bad cocktail. It's not a great cocktail. It's not one that I would have all the time. As someone pointed out on Reddit recently, this might be the only tropical cocktail or tiki cocktail that has Fanta in it, which is a very weird ingredient. So I don't usually keep Fanta on hand. In fact, I'd never keep Fanta on hand. This might be the first time I ever actually bought a case of it. And normally, I'm a Diet Coke drinker. That's Diet Coke, Miller Lite, and tiki cocktails. Well, and a lot of water. I do live in the desert. But yeah, I mean, it is what it is. I don't know what else to say about this. I mean, go to Frankie's. I've plugged, what is this now, like 9 different drinks on this channel from Frankie's itself. There's, 77 recipes in this book. So go out and grab this book. It's $30, gonna be well worth it. There's some awesome recipes in there. And there's some, okay recipes in there as well. But it's worth trying. So definitely give it a shot. Let me know what you thought of this drink if you had it at Frankie's, if you just made it for the first time at home. I have a feeling I know what the answer is going to be. It's fine, right? Like there's nothing super spectacular about it. My biggest problem with this is I use 2 ounces of a 6-ounce can. Or is this 8-ounce can? Whatever this is. What am I going to do with the rest of this? Because I'm probably not going to have another one of these. I mean, it's just, man, that's a lot of sugar. I have diabetics in my family, so I don't want to end up that way because of a Frankie's cocktail. But maybe if I have a couple more, I'll feel differently. I don't know. That all being said, thank you so much for watching, everybody. Akoli Maluna, cheers. Enjoy the very orangey drink. See you next week.